It's that age-old question which pretty much every cyclist has asked themselves on a cold day. What am I going to wear on today's ride?
Yeah, I do remember actually. It's that question that was asked amongst teammates every single time. What are you wearing?
But anyway, I think we're going to try and put this question to bed today. We're going to try and find out if you'll perform better if you wear too many clothes or too little.
Yeah, I'd rather not be wearing this, but all in the name of science.
Now, to try and answer this question, we've planned out a 5.6 kilometre course here in the Wye Valley on a wintry afternoon in southern Wales.
We're going to head out on the course at first in neutral clothing. Clothing we would choose to wear in what is 1 degree temperature. And we're going to put down our initial times.
Then we're going to repeat the effort, except Hank, well, he's going to be wearing shorts and a jersey. He's going to be totally underdressed. Whereas I, on the other hand, well, I'm going to be wearing every single item of clothing that I own.
Oh, I've drawn the short straw here.
I'm going to be totally overdressed.
Oh, and we're going to put 2 runs down and we're going to find out the results. What are the effects and what is going to affect us most in the cold? Being underdressed or being overdressed? Oh no. Oh no. Here we go, my first run in adequate clothing. Right, I guess I should count myself in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start. Clip in and we're off. Build up speed.
So whilst Hank sets off on course, I thought I'd explain to you why we are doing this in the first place. You see, it's long been a source of debate among cyclists what you should wear on the bike. I remember when I first started, if you didn't wear a base layer when you're out riding, people would look at you in amazement, wondering what on earth you were doing. And some nations are even famous for wearing more clothes than others when they're out riding. I remember being on the start line of races in Northern Europe in quite mild conditions and seeing riders from Italy or France or Spain wearing an absolute crazy amount of clothes. And I used to wonder, they must be so hot. How could they even pedal in so many clothes? So today we're going to try and figure out if those riders were right after all, or are we better in a controlled effort in cold temperatures to strip down to the bare necessities?
Come on! As time trials go, that wasn't too bad. I am definitely sufficiently dressed. My hands are still cold, which worries me for the next effort.
Hank finishes his effort in a time of 8 minutes 25 seconds, setting his benchmark time, which we will compare later. And now it's my turn to put down a marker in my sensible clothing choice. Long sleeve jersey, gilet, leg warmers. Time to see what time I can do. Let's go. Right, 3, 2, 1. Oh, right.
As Conor is out on course, I'm going to be honest, I'm pretty nervous about this one. I'm bringing it down to my shorts and jersey. The temperature now is 1 degree Celsius. That's 33 Fahrenheit. And then if you think about the wind chill that I'll be experiencing, we're looking at -7. That's just 12 Fahrenheit. So yeah, I'm going to be absolutely freezing. And of course, for science, someone's got to do it. I might even surprise myself. Here goes.
So, I can feel the cold a bit. It's a freezing day, but I'm good. I think I'm just where I need to be, really. 4.2 kilometers here. 6 minutes 15. Average heart rate around 155. Oh, all done. Managed 8:07, 8 minutes 7. Oh, so it's a tough effort. It felt good though. I was able to breathe well. Temperature is about where it should be. Didn't feel too hot, too cold. I was able to kind of tuck in, get out of the wind a bit, keep my speed high. It's important, such a short effort as well. So now it's time to see how my time will compare anyway when I wear way too many clothes. I finished my first effort in a time of 8 minutes 7 seconds. So that is 8 minutes 25 for Hank and 8 minutes 7 seconds for myself. But how will we fare in our next effort? Stripped to the minimum and wrapped up to the extreme. It's time to get changed. Okay, so I've got two really warm winter base layers on. I've got a jersey, short sleeve jersey. I've just put my long sleeve jersey on. Now I've got a few tricks to make it so even warmer. I've got 3 snoods on, as well as a winter hat underneath. So literally trying to cover every single part of my skin. And there it is, right. I'm gonna put a bit of a homemade sweat bag on as well. So I've just got a bin liner. It's just gonna add another layer of insulation. To really get the sweat going. 4 snoods. Arm over the top of the gabber. Cotton cap. Finish off the arrangement. I can fit it on. I don't think I'm going to fit it on actually. Leave the cotton cap and then the rain jacket over the top. Now, there is a bit of science around our experiment today. The ideal body temperature is 37 degrees Celsius. Our body has methods for maintaining this. We sweat when we get too hot, and we shiver when we are too cold, for example. These processes use up energy. When we are hot, the heart has to work harder to get blood to the skin in order to cool us down. When we are too cold, our muscles have to use up precious energy to contract in order for us to shiver and warm us up.
So, I've sufficiently undressed, yep, no undervest. I'm absolutely freezing, my heart rate shot up to 100, all in the name of science. So, well, I'm not gonna start here chatting, I'm gonna get going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, set off, green light, let's go. Oh my gosh, that wind is hitting me. Oh my gosh. Go!
Now, obviously, Hank's body is going to be working harder to keep him warm in his minimal clothing. But once he gets to an ideal, optimal temperature, his body will be working more efficiently.
Ah! I can't focus on the pain! The cold is just taking my breath away. Nowhere near the power I had before. My body's just trying to go into shutdown mode. Look after the vital organs. It's not wanting to put out power, that's for sure. This is next level cold. Oh my gosh. I don't have the energy to shiver. I'm absolutely bolting. Change gear now. Heart rate 180. I'm getting as deep as I can. I'm absolutely frozen. I'm frozen to the bone. I can't feel my hands. All up here is cold and it's got into my lungs. I definitely wouldn't advise doing this. Now I need to get a coat on. Oh, thanks, mate. I just couldn't get the power out. I was so short of breath. As you can see, even now, I just couldn't access the proper power. Conor will start off all cozy and warm, his body ready for an effort. But his body is also going to be working hard if he overheats in all his clothes.
I'd never wear this on a normal ride or in a race, but in the interest of science, it's going to be an interesting experiment. I already feel myself sweating. It's quite hard to breathe as well with so many neck scarves on. I actually feel really restricted. hard to breathe. Definitely feel like I'm working harder. Waves of sweating. I'm absolutely sweating up a storm under all these clothes. Oh, it's actually a lot harder again than I thought it would be. I thought I'd be doing a comparable time, comparable speed. But I felt so restricted with all the layers on. I felt like it was harder to really go deep. I could kind of push on, but to really kind of go hard, I just felt too restricted in my breathing. But we'll have to go back and tot up the times a bit and see how the differences compare. And cool down a bit as well.
Which clothing choice though will make the biggest difference to our performance? It's time to find out. Before we hit you with the results, we thought we'd give you some top tips, didn't we, Conor?
Yeah, because obviously we have worn slightly ridiculous outfits for our ride today. We wouldn't normally wear this. And if you are going for a ride on any other day and you're thinking about what to wear, what's best to wear, what I would say is really try to make the most of those different layers, things like arm warmers, leg warmers, those accessories, which really make a difference in how you feel and how comfortable you are on the bike, really. And if you do start that ride a little bit too warm, then it's not a bad thing, because when you have those layers on, you can always take them off and kind of adjust your temperature. So that's kind of my advice I'd give to anyone deciding what to wear on a ride.
Yeah, and what I would say is best thing to do is feel a bit cold before you start, and after 5 minutes of riding, you should be at perfect temperature.
Well, Aberdeen University research has actually found that the ideal temperature for endurance exercise is 10 degrees. So a bit warmer than today.
Yeah, the wind chill was hitting about -8, so yeah, a little bit warmer.
Yeah.
The results are really interesting. So I did my first run with a time of 8 minutes and 25 seconds with a norm power of 335 watts, which I don't think was too bad. And then I got undressed and I went out in just shorts and a jersey. And I added 20 seconds to my time and I lost 30 watts to my norm power, which is a 4% increase. So yes, it was as hard as it felt and I did go slower. How do you get on?
Yeah, so that's really interesting, Hank. I actually did 8:07 for my first run.
Last run.
Yeah, and then once I'd fully dressed up in all my clothes, managed to kind of bake myself, actually was a fair bit slower than you. Yeah,
really?
I was 50 seconds slower. And my power dropped to about 30 watts from 420 down to about 390. But yeah, quite surprising, isn't it? That's a 10% difference.
Interesting results though, isn't it?
It is really interesting. I thought for sure that I was going to be you. I thought you'd be miles down on me. But yeah, serves up some interesting kit choices for any cyclists out there. Obviously, don't go as extreme as us, but if you are looking to kind of decide what to wear on a cold day's ride, and I'd say it's best to kind of start a bit warm, layer up, and then strip off if you do start getting too hot.
Yeah, for sure. Right, enough talking because, mate, I'm still freezing. My skin is starting to turn blue, so I'm gonna go and get changed. Is that okay? Right, see you, mate.
Get a warm shower, Hank. He's looking pretty cold, isn't he? He's looking a bit blue. Anyway, if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to give us a big thumbs up and let us know in the comment section below. How do you like to keep warm on a bike? What's your strategy for deciding what to wear when you leave on your bicycle? And do you ever get as cold as Hank? Thanks for watching, everyone. See you soon.